Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack. Look at the happiness I once had.
What fresh hell.
Laughing in the face of motherhood.
Like, do your legs go like when you walk?
With Margaret Abels
and Amy Wilson.
I'm a never nude. I'm never naked.
A podcast that solves today's parenting dilemmas.
So you don't have to.
Don't yuck my yums. Hey everybody, welcome to What Fresh Hell, Laughing in the Face of Motherhood. This is Amy.
And this is Margaret, and we're going to talk about, Amy, what's saving us right now. Do you need some saving, Amy?
Yes. Give me one good thing right now that I can cling to, and I'll cling to it.
I can't give you one good thing because I have like 900 good things. Although, like all things, some of these are terrible. Some of these. So we went to our Facebook page. We, of course, asked y'all, what are the small things that are saving you right now? Some of you people are crazy. Like, some of these things are so dreadfully unappealing to me. I could never consider them saves. But that's what makes saves special, Amy. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Don't yuck my yums. Can I give you my working for me right now?
Yes.
It's a blanket by a company called Barefoot Dreams. Not a sponsor, just love it. I love this blanket so much that I carry it around the house with me from room to room.
I can see it. You have
cold.
You're not festooned in it. You're cuddled in it right now.
I'm draped waist down in my Barefoot Dreams blanket. It's something about like the weight and the cuddly. We have lots of blankets in our house. This is the one for me. It's for all of you. Get a Barefoot Dreams blanket. It's worth it.
Is it weighted?
No, it's just like chenille and kind of fluffy, and it's a little heavier than other blankets. Super warm. What else do you need to know? Get this blanket.
I'm going to give you a competing blanket. My sister gave me something called a Bearaby weighted blanket.
Oh.
It's super heavy though. When you say weighted blanket, like this thing is like 50 pounds. I mean, it's just so heavy. But I get in front of it under a fire. I've never been a huge weighted blanket. In fact, I could never sleep under one. But this is really weighted, and I find it's my thunder shirt, like a dog. Like I do find I like to pull it on me when times are tough. Which times are, Amy? All the time, these times.
This one thing is saving me right now, right?
Love
like I'm
it.
stuck inside, but I have a really cozy blanket.
Kara, Crystal, and Katie are being saved by their pets.
Okay.
Crystal says, cue the crazy dog lady. Seriously, my dog snuggles up, never complains, is funny, likes to go on walks with me. Her meal prep is super easy, and she was thrilled with the one present she received for Christmas.
Oh my gosh. The pandemic has made me a dog person. I was a reluctant. So I have a dog named Marshmallow. She's 9. She's been with us for a while.
Everyone knows Marshy. My God, she's a hero of the podcast.
Some of our more recent listeners might not know. Yeah, she's a great dog. I, was a reluctant dog getter and then a reluctant dog owner, and she has so much love to give. And I just was always like, hey, Marshmallow. Like the kids were little. I didn't really need somebody else to take care of, another being.
And someone else like drooling on you.
Yeah, but she is so like, I just have to say, like, I don't know what we would have done without her to talk about and talk in her voice. And, she's just the one thing that's always in a good mood around here. Thank you, Marshmallow.
Yeah, I have a cat. So as everyone who's been listening for a while knows, I hate all pets and all animals. We have a cat. because we had a rat problem in LA and she was the rat killer. And so she was allowed to stay. And I will say, I found myself yesterday, like I'm falling into the pandemic wormhole because I found myself yesterday taking pictures of the cute things that she was doing and texting them to my son. Like I've become a maniac.
Yep. Yeah.
But it is true. I guess it's like the one surprising entity. I don't know what it is about a pet right now, but there is something about pets that is working for us.
Kara says watching her fish swim around their tank is the one thing keeping her going right now. I mean, it's the little things, people. It's the little things. I'm glad that's working for you, Kara.
Yeah.
They don't know there's a pandemic,
people
right?
Love fish. Yeah. You're all strange. Katie says Hughie. And if you're a podcast listener, go listen to our wintering episode with Catherine May and embrace the winter. But Hughie, for those who don't know, it's cozy. It's the cozy winter feeling. It's a thing now. I feel we started this trend. When you said the word Hughie to me, I'd never heard of it before. And now I feel like everyone's talking about Hughie. I feel you started Hughie.
I think it's like Hugo. Actually, like there is like we're all pronouncing it wrong, but it's Hygge, and it's something like Hughie. And it's a Danish word, and it just means being cozy.
Yeah.
It means leaning into being cozy. Like that's something that they really care about.
Our house has a fireplace, and I will say that I'm all about the fireplace. Like it has to be going at all times. I like it. It's cozy. I slept in on Saturday and I came out. My first words of the day were shrieking at my husband. Why haven't you lit the fire? Like, keep it cozy, people. What are we doing? It's 9 degrees outside today. And I need some Hughie. Huga, whatever it is, I need it.
Katie says she's joined a Hugo Facebook group. She says this is going to sound lame. Doesn't sound lame. We've just been talking about it. People post pictures of things they are doing to feel cozy. I find it comforting to see people sitting next to fires, making soup, etc.
Correct. You're absolutely correct, Katie.
Better than fish.
Yeah. For me, better than fish. But
for you better than fish.
We're not here to yuck people's yums, Amy.
No. We're not judging what's getting you through.
Kelly is looking back on family vacations, looking at pictures from a family vacation where life is normal, sunshine is fabulous. I keep looking at my pictures to hold on to that vibe. This is a double-edged sword, I think.
Oh, this is very interesting to me because we were just talking about last week how usually planning for a vacation, half of the joy is in the anticipation of going. You're not really happier at Disney World than you are thinking about how amazing it's going to be when you go to Disney World. But that has been removed from us right now with this sort of dread and stress and uncertainty. So the way to get that joy is actually to look back 5 years ago at oh God, were we simple then? It was a simpler time.
Can it be that it was all so simple then? Now you're going to make me sing. I'm going to say double-edged sword on this. I feel like this, on some days it gives me a good happy feeling, and on other days it gives me like a very bitter crone feeling. Like, look at the happiness I once had. So you got to be careful with this one.
Okay. All right.
Your mileage may vary, as they say, Amy. Amy, a lot of people are being helped by cleaning and clearing. Foodlets says, hear me out. I've started wiping down the kitchen counters in the evenings right after I put the kids to bed with spray, all caps, because I'm very fancy and accomplished now. And then I dry everything, including the sink. The kitchen looks and smells so good. It's one little thing that's doable, and it gives me satisfaction. I find myself, and I don't know if it's joyful, I'm doing a lot of shrieking and throwing things away in frenzies. Like my need, because I'm back between the cold and everybody's quarantining and there's nowhere to go. I'm back to I'm trapped in this house with these maniacs, and I cannot. This weekend, it was forced march of cleaning fun. I was like, everyone's room is getting back to one, totally clean, vacuumed, scrubbed. I cleaned out the utility closet that was full of cans of soda on the floor and a mop and gone. I have to have order if we're all going to be stuck in here together.
I just did last weekend with my daughter. Similarly, it wasn't as desperate a situation, but we have our den is sort of a hodgepodge of furniture that kind of looks good together with a mirror leaning against the wall that I have been meaning to hang for the last year and a half. You know, that kind of stuff. It's not a mess. It's just not. And my daughter is kind of into HGTV and all that. So, and I had her attention. She was in a good mood. And I'm like, let's let's make this room look right. And we like, should we do this pillow, that pillow? We took art down, we moved it around, we zhuzhed the bookcase and put stuff on it. And like the room looks like a catalog now. It looks so much better. And it wasn't that much time. It just was one of those like, one of these days, I guess I should do this. And then like, what else am I doing? Let's do it. Nobody's going anywhere.
Yeah. And
really
especially
worthwhile.
when you're not going places, your living space becomes so important. Sarah says getting rid of stuff. I've been cleaning out the house like a madwoman, gifting and donating anything we haven't touched in the past 2 years. We have a very active buy nothing group in our neighborhood, and I've been able to give away so much stuff. This is the purge is always January is always the purge for me. I just come back into my house. We were away and I'm like, we don't need any of these things. And we still have like a bucket of, Matchbox cars, like what is this doing in the house anymore? And my kids have gotten much more. And I will say, like, speaking from the future, I feel like this is something I didn't really see coming. My kids have gotten very into. My son makes Legos and my husband's put a bunch of shelves up where he displays them. And he wants his room perfect because he wants the Lego display.
You want the eye to go to the Lego display.
He wants to live in like the Metropolitan Museum of Art, but the only art is his Lego displays.
The art light is on the Lego shelves. Got it.
And his brother's a bit messy, but I will say he's whipping the brother into shape because he's just constantly nagging him. And then I got the brother some new bedding. He's into making his bed. Like the kids are actually into keeping some spaces.
They're
much
so
nicer,
bored. Yeah.
Which has been helping me. And it's not like having toddlers who are just like throwing stuff in every single direction.
Well, it's interesting because I know Sarah in real life, and when she says that she's getting rid of everything in their house we haven't touched in the past 2 years, they've only lived in this house for the past 2 years. They just moved, and it's very interesting to me. But her kids are 3 and 6, I think. So that's the thing. After 2 years, if your kids are 3 and 6, you're in a completely different stage of your life than 1 and 4. And then, as you say, like all of a sudden your youngest is 9 and do I really need these Hot Wheels everywhere? Maybe not, right?
2 years is a very good test. I recently did my shoes and, I have a bunch of shoes that like I used to love when I was, I keep shoes forever. So like, am I gonna wear the like hot 6-inch heel boots? Like probably not. Some of that stuff I keep because I'm like, who knows? But the ones that have to go are the like, I thought these were a good idea. They've never really fit me comfortably and I'm holding on to them because I feel bad that I bought them. Those have to go.
I have
someone else's treasure.
I have a pair of high heel boots that I've never worn. Like actually, like I know I've never actually put them on because they're a little too tight on my feet. But I keep thinking one of these nights, and I live in New York City, so you kind of need shoes that are comfortable because you're not walking out to your car, you're walking to the subway station or whatever. But I'm telling myself that one of these days I won't have that far to walk, and I'll wear these shoes that are actually too small.
Make them someone else's treasure. Someone else will love them, and we do. I like Buy Nothing, and I like Echo Cycle and all that stuff because it makes me feel better than throwing it in the garbage, but it's someone else's treasure.
Oh, here's the problem with throwing stuff out, going through stuff. So my spouse, God bless my spouse, he has the inability to get rid of anything of someone who lived through the Great Depression, although he is not somebody who lived through the Great Depression. Like I don't know where this came from. His grandparents did, whatever. He cannot get rid of stuff. He wants to get rid of stuff. In other words, he wants to get it out of his closet, but he isn't sure that it shouldn't exist. So he'll say, well, these will be knocking around clothes. He calls it now again, like acting like he's like a little rascal from the aughts. Yeah. These are knocking around clothes. I'm like, you don't need knocking around clothes. Like the knocking around clothes are actual.
And you have plenty. Like
rag bag. Right. And then these clothes get given to the Goodwill. These clothes are so bad. Don't even give them to the thrift shop to actually throw them away because they have holes in them. But he sneaks stuff into my son's closets. Stuff that doesn't fit him. He doesn't want. A little of this, a little of that. The collar's a little big in the shirt. But I'll just go hang them in my son's closet because he's not able to face
into the void.
Like putting it in a grocery bag. I don't know why. And so it ends up, and then my son will come home from college and be like, what is this stuff in my closet? And we just have to like put it away put it in the Goodwill bag when my husband's not
Yeah,
looking.
that's what you got to secret it away. Jenna says, and I like this, my mantra for the year, burn the candle, wear the diamonds, order the venti. I realized I was, quote, saving, unquote, clothing items and candles for some special time. Well, 2 years into zero social events, and I'm ready to partake in small pleasures and luxuries just for me.
Oh, yeah. I have another thing that's saving me right now.
It's fun.
This reminds me. Brooklyn Candle Company, great, really nice candles that burn really well. They have a Palo Santo scent. I'll put the link in the show notes. I love this candle. And it costs like $35. And I burn it all the time when I'm stuck at home. And it absolutely improves my happiness like 25% when I have this candle lit because it smells good.
Yeah. Smells are a very important sense.
Mm-hmm.
The last couple of days I've been feeling crabby and just kind of stuck. And I made a pot roast in the crock pot. And then I roasted a chicken yesterday, and it lifts my mood to have good, savory smells coming out of the kitchen.
See, I kind of forget about that you can cook something that would smell good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I'll buy another candle.
Brownies, whatever. I don't do candles. I'm a scent. I have scent, what do you call it? Candles give me a headache, so I don't do anything.
But wait,
with
are they,
scents.
but like somewhere like the crappy ones?
I've never found one yet that didn't make me feel bad.
That didn't make you feel?
No, like a scent. It's not for me, but I do like a roast going in the oven, some cookies, whatever's easy.
You could just put some little apple cider on the stove with like some cinnamon sticks thrown in there, and you'd feel like
I could, Amy. I could do that. Haven't done it yet, but
Choose
I could.
joy. Hashtag choose joy.
We'll be back with even more small things.
For some of us, tax season is one of the only times that we look at our finances fully. And once it's over, well, that was terrible. And it is completely understandable not to want to think about it for another whole year. But using Monarch and being intentional with your finances in an ongoing way helps you see where your money is going and how you can put your refund to best use.
We are here to tell you, simplify your finances with Monarch. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your phone or laptop.
Feel aware and in control of your finances this tax season and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code FRESH.
As you know, my husband and I are preparing to send, 3 kids off to college, and I cannot tell you how helpful Monarch has been in showing us our full financial picture, helping us to track our spending and reach important savings milestones. Our weekly meeting, Amy, it's now run by Monarch.
Love it. Achieve your financial goals for good with Monarch, the all-in-one tool that makes money management simple.
Use code FRESH at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off at monarch.com, code FRESH.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Amy, how do you feel about date nights? Nicole says...
Let me hear about it. Yes.
I didn't really give you a chance to answer. I was like, how do you feel about date nights? Here's what Nicole thinks about them. But let me lay this on you.
Yeah. To me, date nights sound like, okay, like, work. I should do a date night. And plus, who's going anywhere? Wah, wah. That's my gut reaction. What does Nicole have to say?
She says her husband and she have been doing Saturday night date nights almost every week for a year now. We feed the kids smoothies and pancakes every week and put them to bed at the strike of 7 and then get takeout or make ourselves something yummy to eat that the kids wouldn't like. We watch a movie, I work on a cross-stitch project and leave my phone upstairs so I'm not doom scrolling while watching TV. It's nice to look forward to. It gives me something fun to research and plan during the week.
I love this. I love the idea of leaving your phone upstairs. Just last night, my husband was watching football on the couch, and I thought, I'm going to get my book and go downstairs. I'm going to leave my laptop and phone. And then he started chatting with me while I'm reading my book. And of course, 10 minutes later, I'm like, fine. Let me go get my laptop because he was asking me, like, do you know what day X kids fall break starts or whatever. So I had to go get my laptop. But I like this notion of now is non-screen time where I'm actually going to be with my spouse doing something that doesn't involve scrolling my phone.
I took your advice, which was someone else's advice, which was I didn't even take Twitter off my phone, but like replacing the phone with really worked for me mentally. And I have decided last year, I probably read 10 books. And a good year in the olden days, I would read 50 books a year. No problem. No questions asked. Maybe more.
Yes.
And last year, I probably read 10. And I've decided, and again, it's January, you know, I mean, it's not exactly like I'm way into this, but I have had a book going. And I've read 3 books since the new year.
Wow.
I mean, I'm counting Christmas break. So not, you know, since Christmas, let's say. And I'm feeling really good about it. It's like when I go to reach for my phone to just scroll people yelling at each other in Twitter about the pandemic, I just grab my Kindle instead. And I'm reading really dopey books. You know, I'm reading light. I'm not reading deep. I'm not learning. I'm just reading like, you know, the last time he ever saw her, whatever. You know, they're like a million thrillers that are just like, husband disappears, wife disappears, someone's gone, you know, and it's making me happy. And it's also getting my feet back under me because I think I'm going to tackle the Jonathan Franzen. I loved The Corrections. I loved that book. And he has a new book called Crossroads that I keep hearing people talk about. And it's making me feel ready to tackle it. Last year when people were talking about it, I was like, read a novel by Jonathan Franzen. Absurd.
Wah, wah.
Don't be ridiculous.
I had the same fight with your sister actually about Jonathan Franzen, whether or not he was a good writer. So I won't take that up here. But
wow. As you know, everyone knows that my sister is working on a memoir called What Fresh Hell? Laughing in the Face of Motherhood, Crying Behind the Scenes, because I stole Amy from her. Amy was my sister's friend.
It's true.
And so we better not poke the bear. Like, let's not bring up any more conflict with my sister because she's already very angry at us.
I've already poked that bear this week. She said 9 Perfect Strangers was a really good show on Facebook and nobody can tell me it's not. I'm like, oh, yes, I have a right to tell you it's a terrible show.
I've also, everyone has told her. That's why. All right, we better stop. I mean, one small thing that's not making us happy is being murdered by my sister. So let's stop.
I want to go back to the book though, because my spouse, another thing he does is he loves to like track his heart rate variability and his recovery rate. He uses a fitness wearable called a Whoop, whatever. He's gotten into reading before bed instead of even watching TV and stuff. And he notices literally a change in his respiratory rate while he's sleeping, how many breaths he takes in a minute, which you want to be, you know, lowish. And your heart recovery rate overnight is better when he reads before bed instead of watching TV before bed.
I find I always have trouble sleeping. I take too much stuff to help me sleep. And then I'm worried I'm taking too much stuff to help me sleep. I do find I fall asleep much easier if I've been reading than if I've been scrolling my phone. Mm-hmm. Put it in your pen.
Yeah, my only problem is I need to start the reading more than 30 seconds before I fall asleep. Like I get myself like 99.999% asleep and then I open my book and I read like a paragraph. I need to roll that back.
Yeah, it's a lot. All of this stuff is like, yeah, I should be doing that. But, you know, I kind of know it's out there. I should be, but maybe not.
This isn't a should do episode. This is a like, right?
If it helps.
Take what you like and leave the rest. Some people like candles. Some people like books.
Like Liz says, getting outside in the fresh air. Luckily, we live in the Pacific Northwest. Although rainy, it isn't usually cold. The brief winter weather has seemed like a treat for the last couple of weeks. I have a friend, it's been freezing in New York, and I have a friend who said, do you want to take a walk? And I'm like, no, I don't want to take, I really don't. But yes, let's. Like, I know I should, you know? And I find that the idea of walking, I love the winter to look at from my cozy spot, but I do not like I'll put on my 47 layers. The one thing is we've had some snow, and I remembered when it snows, I go out with the kids and they sled and make snowmen, and I kind of walk around outside. And I will say my sister got me as a gift a zip-on full-body snowsuit. Like it's like a onesie, but it's
like a toddler would wear?
Like a toddler would wear.
Like do your legs go like
yes,
when you walk?
They absolutely do. But I didn't even realize how great it was because you can be like naked and then in the snow in the same minute, basically. You can go from like t-shirt and shorts to like fully in the snow and warm, you're like a superhero, basically. You just jump in it, zip it up, and there's a hood on it, and then you're fully ready. You just put gloves on and you're done.
Let's all remember that you have a hot tub in your backyard. So are you saying you go right from hot tubbing in the nude to wearing your...
First of all, I don't hot tub in the nude. I don't know where
you're never nude. I forgot. We've established
I'm never nude. I'm never naked. So no, that would never happen. And no, I don't think I would attempt to get in while wet. That seems like it would be a problem.
Work. I was just imagining how sensual it would be.
Like, you know how if you have to go out in the sun, you're like, well, I got to find my snow pants, pull them on. They're too tight. Where's my jacket? This is just like, it's like being a baby. You're just like, I'm all dressed in my suity suit. I love it.
I love walking in a winter wonderland, but if it gets below like 20, then I'll just be like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what I have to remember. It's like, it's fine to not want to walk outside when it's 9 degrees. Yeah. That's fine. That's reasonable. That doesn't make me a bad person.
Kristen says, I love this dynamic duo. Puzzle plus podcast. Put the headphones on, enjoy an episode, and work away at something fun. I love puzzles. You do puzzles, right?
I mean, this is my reaction to a lot of this list. I've tried it. I've done it. Like we got so burnt on puzzles.
Yeah.
We were puzzling like maniacs. My husband and I love a puzzle, but we both have the puzzling problem that we like can't go to sleep if it's not done. Like I'll get back out of bed at 11 o'clock at night and be like, I think I can finish that corner. We're maniacs.
They do sort of have this animating force over you at some point, don't they? Like
I know exactly what you mean, and they do. They take over my life.
Yeah.
And so I've been on a puzzle break, but we might do a little more puzzling. The puzzle time for us is like the weekends, because, during the day, I work until 3. I pick up the kids from school, and then I'm making dinner. Like, I don't have a lot of downtime, but the quiet Sunday is a good time to puzzle with a gentle snow falling outside. That does sound nice. And my fireplace going, I could see it.
Kristen also says, on a side note, I used to put my puzzle table away for Christmas and other gatherings to make more space. Not this year. Why should mom's hobby be packed up to make things more comfortable for others? Moms do need a space of their own. You go, Kristen.
You go. Leave that puzzle where it is. Speaking of podcast, Jamie says listening to the What Fresh Hell podcast while on a walk outside with a toddler in a stroller, 100% my saving grace last winter, and I hope to keep it up this year.
Oh, that's so great. Thanks, Jamie.
Gretchen says AirPods, listening to podcasts or audiobooks while cleaning, child caring, food prep, cleanup. I'm huge on having something in my ears when I'm making dinner or otherwise. It just helps me stay alone even when the kids are in the house.
Tell us one podcast besides What Fresh Hell podcast that you enjoy that's getting you through right now.
I'm obsessed with the podcast Maintenance Phase. They do not need a shout out because they're one of the most popular podcasts on earth, but I love it.
But they're enjoyable.
I
not for everybody. I listen to it too. And I just had my husband listen to one and he's like, I don't know. It's not for me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Nothing's for everybody. Right. Nothing's for everybody. Yeah. But yeah, that's the one I would shout out this week. And then the other thing I will say, speaking of my reading, is I have a new system. It's a little indulgent. I get a book on the Kindle and I also get an audiobook, and then I switch back and forth.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I'll like read, if I'm up to like chapter 4, then when I get in the car, I'll turn on chapters 4, 5, and 6. And then you have to sync it up, which takes a little bit of time, but I find it helps me get through books much more easily.
That I've never thought about doing.
Read a couple chapters, then listen to a chapter in the shower, then read a couple chapters. Someday someone's going to figure out how you can sync them so that you can link them so that you can really do it. I have to do it manually. And sometimes I try to stop at a chapter, and then it's easy to select a new chapter. But if I stopped in the middle of something, it can be hard to sync it up.
This is a good tip too. One of my kids started doing it and still does. A book, I forget what book that it was. It was Hamlet or something that like I'm reading this, but I'm not really getting it. And so I suggested that they get the audiobook and listen while they read it. And still doing that for most things that they have to read for English class, doing both at the same time.
Yeah, I've been doing that with my kids too. Really helpful. Sylvia has one more shout out for What Fresh Hell. So let's go for it,
Sylvia.
I subscribe to a lot of podcasts. I used to listen to every episode of all of them, but now it's all What Fresh Hell. Since the pandemic, I find my interest level in certain things has changed. For example, I can't consume heavy or dark content anymore. Other podcasts I skim and see what the topic is. I often don't listen. For some reason, I feel jaded and critical of certain hosts, but with What Fresh Hell, I always listen regardless of the topic, and it always fills my parenting cup.
Thanks, Sylvia. That's what we're trying to do.
And I will say, Stacey Haynes talks about Plan C and things that are not now. And this is something that I've had to work on with myself a little bit during the pandemic. Like, okay, this dark book about the Irish potato famine that I heard was really good. It's a not now. I'm not going to read that during a pandemic winter. Like, no. And I think knowing what your not nows are and using the phrase not now as opposed to like, I failed. I'm only reading like horrible, goofy mystery stories. It's fine. I'm reading. It's a win. Don't steal your wins.
The TV show that's getting me through right now is Station 11 on HBO Max. Really, really good show.
Did you read the book?
No, I did not read the book.
Read the book first, people. It's so good. I just gave it to my husband for Christmas. He has to read it before I'll let him watch it. I'm like his mom.
I'm enjoying it, but it's not for everyone because it's sort of a post-apocalyptic story.
Right, it starts with the pandemic.
But it starts with it's apocalyptic and then it's post-apocalyptic. So it was rather more, I'm watching it with my kids who are all teenagers, so it's not like it was inappropriate necessarily, but it was like, oh, everybody's about to die of this horrible thing. I thought we were going to start after this part. No, we're starting in this part. I might not have started it if I knew that, but I will say that it is a great show, and getting through that if your kids are older or this is like a date night show without the kids, it's a great show.
Also a fantastic book if you're looking for a book to read. Station 11. Loved it. Kim says, and I like this, I've been a little bit on this page, decorations. I've been decorating our kitchen table. I switch it up for holidays or seasons. It's something just for me, and I enjoy looking at it. I've been working with this idea of like, I have a kitchen where all of my appliances are red. Everything in the kitchen is red. Like if you give me a yellow spoon, I'm throwing it away. Everything in my kitchen is red. And my husband laughs at me and people goof on me, but I like to... All my appliances are red. It's a red kitchen. I bought a microwave. It doesn't really work well, but it's red. I want a red kitchen.
If it's out, then it should look like intentional. It makes something. It makes something nice. Make it nice.
We make it nice. But I do. I like my red kitchen. I like my Christmas decorations. I like having my Christmas decorations down as well. Right now, I'm really enjoying like the clean where all the Christmas decorations used to be. But I think if something cheers you up, lean in at this point.
I walked outside our apartment building right after New Year's, like maybe like January 3rd or whatever that Monday was. And the superintendent of our apartment building was like winding the Christmas lights. We had these bushes outside and they weren't like red and green. They didn't like say ho, ho, ho when you walked by. They just were white, pretty white lights. And he was taking them down. I was like, what are you doing? And he said, well, it's January. And I really thought like, if we have left those up this year, I needed those pretty lights.
Amy, do I have something for you after the break? Amy, when I'm having a good hair day, it usually makes my whole day better. And that's why on every day, I'm taking Nutrafol.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand. And it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested.
Nutrafol offers multiple formulas for men and women tailored to different life stages and lifestyle factors, so you get support that's actually right for you. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you on track.
Let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol.
For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code LAUGHING.
That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code LAUGHING.
All my kids learned to swim when they were little. It was super important to me that they be confident and safe in the water. There was only one problem with that: taking them to swim lessons. I mean, the pools were freezing. There were always cranky adults doing laps right there. And it was definitely not, for any of us, what you would call fun.
Amy, Heard. But now there's Goldfish Swim School. Goldfish takes a really thoughtful approach to swim lessons, combining research-based teaching with a warm, kid-friendly environment that actually helps kids thrive in the water.
Every detail at Goldfish is thoughtfully designed to create a golden experience, from shiver-free, warm indoor pools to comfy waiting areas for parents to professionally trained lifeguards on deck.
Goldfish uses an approach called the science of swim play, which combines guided play with proven teaching techniques to help kids learn to swim, build water safety skills, and gain confidence, all at their own pace. Lessons are designed to meet kids exactly where they're at.
If you've been thinking about swim lessons or just wondering where to start, this is a great opportunity. Right now, Goldfish Swim School is offering a waived membership plus your child's first lesson free at participating locations.
Just visit goldfishswimschool.com/free to find a location near you and enroll using promo code FREE.
That's goldfishswimschool.com/free, promo code FREE.
And now, an ode to the small things that are saving us right now.
From the What Fresh Hell podcast.
Coffee.
Dearest Coffee, as I sit alone in the dark of morning, waiting for my child to come downstairs and yell at me because somehow it's my fault that he forgot to charge his laptop for school, I cradle you. You never yell, Coffee. You're warm and silent and perfect. I love you. My heating pad.
Everything's a mess, and making literally any decision sends me into a spiral of panic and despair. But at least my butt cheeks are warm when I sit on you, heating pad. Your rule. Law and Order reruns.
In these turbulent times where everything seems up in the air, one thing is certain. I have already seen this episode of Law and Order 7 times, and yet I will watch it again. And that will be wonderful. Exercise.
Listen, Exercise. I know you are the one for me. We belong together. You can tell I mean it because almost every day I put on exercise clothes, hoping that we will meet at some point during the day. I don't always remember you, Exercise, but I care. And I know that you are always there waiting for me in the corner in the form of a treadmill covered in wet towels. Rocking in place, shouting into the void, and ill-advised snacking.
Hey guys, you might not be the best choices when things are bad, but some days you are my choices. Thanks for always being there.
This has been an ode to the small things that are saving us right now.
From the What Fresh Hell podcast.
Amy, you were saying Christmas lights, and
Yes.
you are not alone. At least 5 people commented. Angela says, currently trying to figure out how to keep up Christmas lights. I hate taking them down. I need and want that pretty glow. Megan says, Christmas lights, don't know what I'm going to do when we take them down. Emily says, right now it's Christmas lights. And Renee says, the white Christmas lights my neighbors still have up when it's dark and cold out. I'm so tired from the day of kids and work. Then I drive into our subdivision and see the white lights against the snow, and it's so beautiful and peaceful to me. These neighbors usually leave them up through January, but I've thought of leaving them at 20 and asking if they will keep them up through February this year.
Can we just, can somebody make a statement? Can the CDC come out and say we recommend everybody keep up their Christmas lights through at least
let's
February
start
1st?
here. Let's be part of the solution, guys.
Right.
Leave your Christmas lights up.
Yeah.
We have a new system because we found this a while ago that we hated when the Christmas lights came down. It was still really dark. So we have lights that go over the doors of our garage. And then my husband spells out ho, ho, ho at the end. And he just unwrangles the ho, ho, ho. But the rest we just call winter lights. We're like,
Yes.
leave up the winter lights, but take down the ho, ho, ho.
Yes. I mean, the idea that there's sort of like some arbitrary expiration date for something so pretty and so simple is so silly, right?
Yeah. And it's still really, really dark.
Yes.
So, I mean, the whole point of the lights is to chase the darkness. So, like, don't take them down.
Yep.
Amy, we have some Spelling Bee fans. We have some Wordle fans.
Oh my
We're talking
gosh.
about online gaming. Are you a Wordler?
Not only am I not a Wordle fan, I mean, I probably love it, but I have never, I'm a big Twitter person. I have it off my phone. I still am sometimes looking at it on my desktop, but not using it on my phone. But Wordle is the word that made me figure out how to mute something on Twitter. Like I got through I've gotten through the past 5 years of our political discourse, but the one word that I've muted
I'm thinking of all the words
Wordle.
you didn't.
Yeah. Everything
but
was fine
Wordle
with
was
me.
a
But
bridge too
I
far.
don't want to hear one more person on social media be like, I did Wordle today, and here's a picture of something you won't understand.
You're dead to me. I love Wordle. I'm a Wordle.
I might do it. I just don't want to hear about it.
You've blocked me. No, Wordle, and be careful. I'm going to tell you, there's a million fake Wordles out there. You have to go online, Google Wordle, and then it has a really strange link. We'll link to it in the show notes because I don't want you, like a lot of people, falling for fake Wordles.
Yeah.
Off-market Wordles.
All right.
And the great thing about Wordle is it's only once a day. So it's not like it sucks you into the vortex. You have one chance, one puzzle, you solve it or you don't. It's fun.
And is it, I guess as I was going to say, is it like a puzzle that you're like, I can't stop thinking about it, but it's more...
No.
It has
it's
beginning,
just like
middle,
a
and
little
end.
bite of, it's like a starburst. It's like a little bite of fun.
All right.
Yeah, couldn't recommend it more. Kylie says she's baking Saturdays. We try to bake something sweet every Saturday to last throughout the week.
Wow.
It's got a lot of the things we like. It's got good smells. It's got something to look forward to. And then it's the gift that keeps on giving. You've got something nice to eat.
I'm like a Christmas cookie, like cuckoo, like flurry baker of Christmas activity. And then I don't do it the whole rest of the year. And I don't know why that is.
My problem is that I have no self-control. So we got really into everyone else was doing bread. Our recipe of the pandemic was chocolate chip scones, kind of a weird thing. But there was a bakery in LA that was near my house, but it was only near my house. It was only like, if you've ever lived in LA, like you don't go anywhere you don't have to go. It's a lot of traffic. So if I had to drive west for any reason, which I rarely had to do from my house, I would pass this French bakery that made the most amazing chocolate chip scones. So it wasn't the kind of thing, I would never drive there independently. But if I had to drive west, I'd be like, bummer, I have to drive west. But the good news is I'm going to get a chocolate chip scone. And so ever since I moved back from LA, I get a craving for them. And I was like, they can't be that hard to make. And indeed, they are fairly hard to make. They're not hard to make, but they're hard to make them come out.
They're hard to
really
make
good.
delicious. Right. The funny thing about scones is I used to get those, like if you went to a Starbucks or something, I'd get a scone. I wouldn't get the blueberry muffin. I'd get the scone because it was just that little bit like more crumbly and less delicious that I thought I was being, I don't know.
That's hilarious.
I was
They're no
denying
better for
myself.
you.
They're
No.
definitely, once the calorie counts went up in Starbucks, like to my
You were like,
horror.
wow, I've been punishing
The
myself
chocolate
with
chip
scones.
scone has like 650 calories. Yeah, it's like you're good for the day.
Now you've hit on my problem with baking. Like we would make chocolate chip scones. I would say 40% of the time they came out terrible, but the 60% of the time they came out well, I would eat like 6 scones. I mean, my problem is I don't do the thing of like, let me bake something yummy and then savor it all week.
Yeah.
I'm like a
Tell me about this.
I'm like a
savory-
goldfish.
all
Yeah.
week.
I'm like, those
All
scones came
hour.
out good. I guess I'll eat until I am dying and crying and cursing the word scone to the heavens. That's the only way I can function.
Christy says her new sheets are bringing her joy. They're off the charts amazing and everybody needs to have them. We got them for Christmas and they bring me so much joy. It's ridiculous. I like a good pair of sheets, a set of sheets, I should say.
I recently, on A Room of Our Own, I was talking about, I recently got a set of sheets that is only for me. It's a specific, it's for my husband too, but I mean,
I guess you
I
can
don't
have
just
them
make
too.
half the bed, but I just mean like, I was so tired of having like a dotted, fitted sheet and then like a Marvel top sheet because that's all I could find. And the unmatched bed, it was bothering me. So I just got one set of sheets and then I don't even really rotate them. I just take them off, I wash them and I put them back on.
Target has this brand, Casaluna, I think it's called, of like soft linen sheets that I love. They're not that expensive and they make you happy to get under the covers, right? And that's what I need right now. I need sheets that make me excited when it's bedtime because I'm going to be cozy.
I like fancy sheets, but here's a little known fact about me, Amy. I don't interact with sheets. I sleep on top of the bed with a comforter. That's the only way I'm comfortable.
You sleep on top of the bed. So you sleep on top of the like bedspread with a comforter on top of you?
Correct. I don't like sheets. I don't like the sensation of them. I'm sorry.
But you
it's
put them on your
strange.
bed.
I mean, you have to have sheets on the bed, otherwise you're an animal.
You could
But,
just
like,
have
yes.
a fitted sheet, which I also don't agree with, but you could just go halfway, I guess.
No, I mean, I don't agree. It should. And then my husband likes sheets. So,
Okay, so
my
he is-
side of the bed, but I'm on top of the quilt. So it's fitted sheet, quilt, comforter, right?
Comforter with a duvet cover over it?
Correct.
Okay.
Of course. I sleep on top of the quilt, but he's under the quilt and under the sheets. We're like in two different beds, basically.
So you got a special set of sheets that are just for you, except he's the only one actually unveiling.
Correct. I don't care what the sheets, for all I know, the sheets could be made of burlap. I don't care. I don't interact with the sheets, but I like them to look nice. It calms me if they match.
Okay. Yeah.
I have we were talking about something that I have about food or something else. And a friend of the family we were having drinks with in the before times patted my husband David on the shoulder. And it's like, it's a lot with her, huh? It's a lot with her.
It's always a thing and a thing.
I got a lot going on. I got a lot of theories about food and sheets and pens. Like I have a lot. It's a lot with me. Tiana, speaking of a place of our own, says, I moved a small table into my bedroom to see if I like having a desk in there. Instead of using the family desk in our family room with the computer, I wanted my own space where I could close a door and work, study without the kids bugging me. So I guess spending time in my own room more, getting things done, and hanging out with my husband has just been such a good idea. I'm sad I didn't think of it 2 years ago. Please listen to our episode called A Room of Our Own, because it's all about this. We really learned this lesson, and it was such a good one. Like, take your space, own your space, and don't let your space become, as mine did, like, oh, it's next to the hot tub, therefore, like, I have wet towels on my work, and that's fine. Like, I moved my space into my bedroom, and now nobody bothers me in here.
And all of us after the pandemic, I think, can identify with that your need for dedicated space and quiet and can't be disturbed had to come after your spouse and each of your children who Zoom school from home. Like, you're stuck at one corner of the kitchen table because everybody else has to have a room with a door that closes, and, you know, whatever it is that each of us, Margaret and I, found ourselves in that situation. And after doing this episode, claimed a little bit more space for ourselves, and it helps. It really helps.
Yeah. And I also have claimed it in terms of like a lot of family meetings where I just keep saying, hey, I'm not the maid. It is not acceptable for you to walk in and drop a coat on the floor and then everything you touch and use. And I've been really enforcing that in the new year, and we'll see how well it lasts. Like, it's not a solution, but I've been really, especially as my kids get older, underscoring to them that, like, we all share this space, and you coming in and just defiling this space with your wrappers and your drink glasses and your clothes everywhere, it's really not okay. It's unacceptable to me, and you must stop.
And how do they react? I'm just curious in the family meeting.
They're like, I know. And I finally, in the family meeting this week, said to my one of kids, I'm really tired of like you saying, I'm sorry every time you do this. You're not sorry. I'm going to help you work on it. And we've talked about it. It's scaffolding, and it's saying, like, I am a whirling dervish myself. Listen, if you saw my bathroom right now, you'd be like, who are you talking to anybody else about not leaving stuff everywhere? But now when he leaves the kitchen, every time I say, go back in and make sure it looks like you haven't been in there. And like, we're working on it. And we're kind of, again, based on advice we've gotten, I'm trying to like recruit them onto the team of like, let's make this space we live in a little bit more pleasant. And like, they're not like, yes, mother dearest, I would love to help. But I think by reinforcing it a lot and really putting in their way that like, you can't do this, it's getting a little bit better. It's not perfect, Amy, but it's getting a little bit better.
I do like this idea about the family meeting, and we've talked about it in a couple of recent episodes, including with Megan Leahy, that having the family meeting once a week where you sort of say, hey, this is the problem, and what do you guys think we should do about it? And letting your kids brainstorm about the solution. Maybe we need a bin for shoes right where we walk in, whatever it is better than you yelling about it in the moment where it's just easier to tune you out.
I think it sometimes sounds a little tweet, like, let's all approach the project together. But it actually works. Listen, it's the only thing that works.
It's the thing about this whole plan B and this sort of collaborative problem solving is that you think you know what the answer is. For the example of like, why does your kid always have dishes in their room, right? And they're doing it to drive you nuts, and they're doing it because they have no respect for you, and they're doing it for, right? You have your story ready. And then when you really ask them, well, how do you think we should fix this? They'll have something to say, or they'll at least bring to your attention, like, I only have 18 minutes for lunch on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They will contribute an answer that's more useful than you walking in knowing what the answer is. What do you think?
Agree.
About?
Amy, I want to finish with Kristen. This was a really different take on this that it touched me, and I wanted to finish with it. Kristen says, deciding not to rush and take time to really see people and interact while out in the world, even if that's not happening often, helping an older person reach things in the grocery store, asking the cashier how their day is going, smiling and waving at strangers, expressing larger gratitude to those that let me buy or give me the right of way in grocery stores or parking lots. My husband is in Beijing for 2 months for the Olympics, and I'm having a lot of anxiety about that and the kids back at school. Expressing increased intentional kindness and gratitude has been helping me. And I think it's a small, but it's a nice kind of shift of mind. Like maybe being kinder to others will help me feel better throughout the day.
I love this. This is really kind of blowing me away. I'm sitting here thinking about this because definitely I think I feel in this moment like, oh, nothing's going right. Let me just put my hood up and sort of protect myself from this prickly world instead of trying to change it a little bit.
That's exactly what struck me about it. And I think also I find that the other version of this for me is like leaning in a little bit with my kids. Like I'm tending to pick them up and being like, oh, because they've had a hard day and things at school are really hard and fraud. And then, my kids, and then my God knows my husband walks in and I'm like, what does this dude want? It's like everybody, I'm approaching everybody with this like kind of Gollum-ish, not niceness, and the idea that like taking the time to like take a minute and take a deep breath before my kids get into the car and be like, oh my God, it's great to see you. Give me a high five. How's it going? Let's, what sounds really good for dinner, and just trying to change my own energy. And this is very tweet, but like trying to change my own, making the world I want by creating it in small moments seems to me like advice that never fails. That's, I guess, what I would say.
Yeah, it's well said.
Hard to do, but worth trying.
We crowdsourced this episode, like we always do, from our Facebook group, which you can find at facebook.com/group/whatfreshhellcast. 5,000 strong. It's such a great community. Please join us if you're not already there.
We would love to see you there, and keep up the small things, people.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's how we're going to get through this thing. Thanks for listening.
Talk to you next week.